And the Champions League draws are in. A couple of heavyweight ties all around, feeling that Champions League draw. Welcome to the Nutmeg on Guardian TV. My name is Solomon Fowowe, and Dennis returns to us in the studios. It's great to have you back in the show.
Always a pleasure, Solomon.
So, just straight into the tie. Which one really surprised you the most? Which one got you the most?
You should have known by now. I think Manchester City versus Real Madrid is the heavyweight tie in this round of 16 fixtures for the UEFA Champions League, and I expect nothing less than a cracker.
Wow, cracker that would be. So, and now, just to get your feel on the entirety of the draw itself, what do you think about the pairings? We saw a couple of heavyweight ones, and some, well, you would say they're not so heavyweights because you're talking about the likes of that's Tottenham against RB Leipzig. Leipzig have been good enough, but you would not put that on the same pedestal as the one you said, that's Manchester City against Real Madrid. So, what's your thoughts on the entirety of the draw?
I just think it's like for like what we've always seen season in, season out from the UEFA Champions League. Never disappointing, giving us
the best matchups,
mouth-watering fixtures, and then I'm actually not disappointed in this. Say for some of the other matches that actually caught my attention. You talk about Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. You talk about Napoli versus Barcelona, and then of course Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid. So I just think it's the same old UEFA Champions League feeling. To come in here, prove to us that indeed this is the elite football competition on the European scene.
So for you, if I got you clearly, your biggest tie is Manchester City against Real Madrid.
Certainly.
Why do you say that is the biggest tie for you?
Because so although you could say that in the UEFA Champions League, Manchester City might not historically be a match for Real Madrid. But then you look at current form, and then you look at personnel, and as well as the managers. I think this tie has a whole lot of things, inside of it, saying that Real Madrid are in contention for their La Liga title, and then for 3 seasons ago they were 3-time consecutive Champions League winners. And also you see that ever since Pep Guardiola has joined Manchester City, the only competition that has eluded his achievement since he had arrived at Etihad is the UEFA Champions League, and this is one of the seasons he's looking to crack that obstacle before him. But whether he will do that over Real Madrid is yet to be seen.
I know the game is going to be played in February, and there's a whole lot. That's February of 2020, and there's a whole lot that can happen between now and February. But if you were to look into your crystal ball now, Manchester City against Real Madrid over 2 legs, what do you expect in that particular fixture?
It's quite difficult to call because both teams have, in as much as I want to applaud a few of their great performances this season, you also want to say that they've also been shambolic on their bad days. You see Manchester City, like recently now, win a game, lose one, win the other. And then the same has also been the case for Real Madrid, who started this season on a very low note. So till February, we're in December now, and you can't really tell of what the form of these teams will look like. But then I see these teams edging out each other, by a very slim margin. And I think Manchester City will be going through.
So interesting that you put it that way. But let's go to the defending champions, that's Liverpool. And they're going to be playing against the pesky side. I like using that word pesky when it comes to Atletico de Madrid, because you're looking at their industry, you're looking at their work ethic. And you see these sides, traditionally, they're sides that have a whole lot of heart. You're looking at the Liverpool side with Jurgen Klopp and the Atletico Madrid side with Diego Simeone. What do you think the cherry is going to be falling?
This is, and then I just think this is all made up for Liverpool. Seeing that they're the defending champions, and then they've got this winning mentality running for them. And do not also forget that they are not just defending champions; they were also runners-up in the season before they even won the Champions League. And then you also look at their Premier League form. Liverpool has been unbeaten in 16 matches now. Just a draw out of 16 matches. The rest are straight wins. So, and then you place that by the side with Atletico Madrid, who are currently seated 4th on the La Liga table. So I just think this is all made up for Liverpool, to go through to the quarterfinal. But if Atletico Madrid does pull Liverpool out of this competition, it will be the shocker of the season.
Well, it's certainly going to be one really shocking game if it does happen. Now, the repeat of the 2012 final, Chelsea against Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
I know Frank Lampard was in that final,
Yeah.
and now he's going to be playing against the Bayern side. But for Chelsea lately, it's not been as smooth as you would have expected it to be. And even seeing that their passage into the knockout stages was not as easy as you would expect.
You know, like they do say that times actually change things, and then in the same way, you know, football times also change, you know. So it's actually very funny to me right now that we're talking about a Chelsea-Bayern Munich fixture, and a whole lot of people have been tagging it to be like a fight between David and Goliath, you know, saying that this was not the same narrative in 2012 when, you know, Chelsea defeated Bayern Munich in the Champions League final, caught a corner kick by the present coach, Frank Lampard. But coming into this season, you know, Chelsea are just beginning to get their hearts together. It's a new era there, the Frank Lampard-led team. And, you know, paying up against a Bayern Munich side who are also still, you know, trying to get their form, because Bayern Munich have not really been that
they've not
up
been
to scratch this season. So I still think that by personnel and mentality, I think Bayern Munich will go through.
Okay, that's interesting. Just to give the roundup of the remaining games that we have from the draws, that's Borussia Dortmund against PSG. You have Real Madrid against Manchester City, Atlanta against Valencia, which should be an interesting tie for hipsters. Atletico de Madrid against Liverpool, Chelsea against Bayern Munich, Lyon against Juventus, Tottenham against RB Leipzig, and Napoli against Barcelona. Just before we leave the show now, now I'm going to be calling the name of that's the fixture. And you tell me the person that gets out of that particular fixture. Borussia Dortmund against PSG. Who goes?
Wow.
Who qualifies?
I didn't talk about that match, you know.
Oh, there's not enough time, so I'm not going to let you talk about that.
Dortmund, PSG. I think Dortmund.
Dortmund?
Yes.
Ahead of PSG?
I think Dortmund will
Interesting. So we have Real Madrid against Manchester City. Is going to be going out of that.
I already told you Manchester City.
Manchester City ahead of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Okay, Atlanta against Valencia. Who qualifies?
I think Valencia.
Valencia. So we have Atletico Madrid against Liverpool. Who qualifies?
Straight out, it has to be Liverpool.
Liverpool. Okay, Chelsea against Bayern Munich. Who qualifies?
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich. Tottenham. Okay, Lyon against Juventus.
It has to be Juventus.
Juventus.
Yeah.
Tottenham against RB Leipzig.
Leipzig.
Leipzig ahead of Tottenham.
Yeah.
Coached by Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nonetheless.
Napoli against Barcelona. Who goes?
Barcelona.
The way you say it with so much certainty.
Yeah, you know, Lionel Messi is there, and everything he touches turns to gold.
Yeah, true. And when you look at the fact that Napoli actually sacked Carlo Ancelotti
to
go hire Gennaro Gattuso. It's incredible. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Always a pleasure, Solomon.
So that's all we can take for you on the Nutmeg on Guardian TV. Let me know in the comment section what you think from the draws, who you think is going to be qualifying ahead of any other team, and what is your toughest tie in that particular draw. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you should absolutely do that already. Thank you so much for watching once again. This has been the Nutmeg.